Mechanical Engineering with a PG diploma in Industrial Engineering, has worked as MD SAIL Bokaro Steel Plant before taking over the current position. He is on the board of International Coal Ventures Limited and SAIL and Tata Mining Company Limited. He has been appointed as Vice President and Chairman, Ferrous Division, Indian Institute of Metals. He is also the Chairman of AIST's India member chapter. We invite you, sir, to come on the dais and share your thoughts and inspire us on this occasion. Mohanty, sir.
Good morning to all of you. A very nice morning to be in Raipur. Such a wonderful weather. Distinguished guests in the dais, Professor Mittal, Mr. Sridhar, Mr. Degan, Madam Ramanath, and my colleagues, ex-colleagues, my distinguished managers, professionals from the industries. And in fact, it is my, I must get, it's my privilege to be here today. And lastly, I could make it to be in this program. I feel humbled to be here today amongst you. And at the outset, let me congratulate the QCFI chapter Vilayat and also the Vilayat Steel Plant for organizing such a magnificent and a great scale seminar like this, and call it the International Conclave. And to my knowledge, a QCFI chapter anywhere in India probably organizing such a big conclave is rare. And I must once again congratulate for this wonderful ambience here. And also I must congratulate Mr. Degan for taking this quality journey to a level now being awarded. And I must congratulate QCFI for giving this a quality trophy, speaks volumes about these organizers. So thanks a lot for calling me here. I must thank them. I was knowing that quality has been a journey all throughout, and in fact it's a journey because it's like no finishing line. Today's theme, I think, is in the race of quality. I think quality now you have to run also. I mean, there is though journey was if finishing line, best finishing line is continue to have it. But here is a race, and there is no finishing line. That means goalpost is going up and down. And that's what the competitive message, and the quality is, quite married to that word competitiveness. In keeping this view, QCFI and Vilayat has done a wonderful job for organizing this one. And where you are naming it at an international conclave for iron and steel making, and being hosted by QCFI, a pioneer organization in the quality circle movement in the country. I remember I have been a part of this journey QCFI since my career began at Rourkela. And as a QCFI member, as a quality circle member, and quality circle leader, as a supervisor, as a facilitator, and of course as a manager and as a patron. I've been seeing this QCFI grow from 1980 to this date. And this journey is going, and every year you find QCFI is stronger and stronger. Especially Vilayat chapter, who started in 2010 with a humble beginning, now see what they can aim for and what they have achieved today. And it's a great thing for, and I would have missed it. I'm sorry, I would have missed it if I had not attended this program today. So thank you very much again. And coming back to the topic, as I told about, now you have called me, and also being in the board of a large steel maker of this country, and being amongst us, all the steel makers and also the technology provider in this conference, it is my duty to also to ponder upon some of the issues that steel industry faces today, and what all of it together can work for this, including the government, including the different professional associations like QCFI, and all the partners of the industry, of steel industry today, present here and not present here, can work together. Of late, for last few years, you must have seen the government of India has been coining the slogan, or in fact working towards it, for 300 million ton steel production in the country by 2025 to 26, whatever the time frame gives to it. And it started working for last few years. With this present government taking over, the speed of the race is really begun. started discussing in many issues what could be a challenging factors for bringing this capacity, and this capacity with quality, and it is more important to us. And when Johnny started for Vilayat Steel Plant, being a flagship company of Steel Authority, and today if you look at the industry and competitors in and around, the time has come now to address those issues for all of us together, to be not only become the largest producer in the country, in the world, but also to be the largest quality steel makers in the world. All throughout the world, when steel industry today is not going in a good, trade of making money, and what we are in business to make some business out of it and make some money so that we grow, we sustain. And issues, today in the world is coming in such a way that the steel capacity and the demand and the production, there is a huge gap. If your capacity is around almost 2 billion tons, you are producing 1,600 million tons, or then maybe around 1,700 million, then your consumption is hardly 1,400 to 1,500 million tons. So there is excess capacity both in capacity and both in production. And what is impacts? It impacts on the price basically. And what it results in the bottom lines. And what it leads to have a slow growth of the steel industry as a whole. In India is not out of it. And all the steel companies are producing their quarter 3 results, you must have seen. And you've seen one by one. Yesterday it was Tata, before that it was SW, before that I think, and maybe will be coming after some days. The industry trend shows that the industry is in a phase which to be realized by everybody, and issues to be challenged. What are the issues? One of the issues, big issues today is, you must have seen about the raw material issues. Raw material in terms of quality, raw material in terms of cost, raw material in terms of availability, raw material in terms of supply, and whether it's a regulatory compliance or availability of raw material, it has become an issue for industry to grow in a large base. This government has taken a very bold step in bringing out the MMDL Amendment Act, where within a short span of time we find out the mining industry is again looking up. In the process, giving the necessary supply input to the industry as a whole. And this will give a necessary impetus for the industry to grow again. That is part of availability one. Coming to quality, that gives a lot of challenges. Today, if you look at the steel industry, take for instance for our country, the quality of the iron ore, the quality of the coking coal, the quality of the fluxes, the quality of any input today is also found wanting in terms of the required input for the largest blast furnace, for any other technology also produced iron today or steel today. So what is more important is what exactly is this mass is going to do in terms of the quality enhancement for the raw materials, so that not only becomes for us a technology which can be adaptable in a very easy way and less costly way, but also a confidence that can build up that yes, even if you have got this much of raw material of low quality, we have the necessary technology, necessary expertise to make it beneficiated or to a much richer ore or richer input for the process. So this is a big challenge for the all professionals to work for it together. Sometimes R&D activities play a very vital role in this, but R&D as such, you can say, can only work in a speedier way if all the industry go together. And that's what I'm talking about, role of professional bodies. Whether it is a QCFI, whether it is Indian Institute of Metals, whether it is a ISA, Indian Steel License, whether it is scope, whether all these things now are realizing FICCI or CI, the importance of the professional body where we come together. The energy, ecology, the climate change, and the word they're calling out is sustainability. Industry to sustain, and we have been 59 is the first iron produced by SAIL. Now we are 2015. We have sustained. In the steel industry, basically industry which sustains this long challenge. But now sustaining this period where the climate is playing a very vital role, and we have a responsibility for leaving this climate to our next generations. And everybody who believes that climate to be also kept in a very pure form so that it can sustain for more years, industry can grow. A real challenge will come to control the environment, to optimize your energy uses, and also see that the climate does affect in future, so that you remain and your kids or your future generations can survive in this industry. And that's a big challenge. All throughout the world, steel industry is fraternity there, and all the technology suppliers who are involved in the processing of steel and making steel. And in fact, in today's seminar, something will be deliberated on, I believe, on basis of environmental energy. Is a process by which we feel that long way to go. Whether it is a emission of carbon dioxide or your calorie per ton of crude steel, the figures are mind-boggling to bring it down. They will bring it down. And what are the things you can do that and what difficult task it is. Today in industry you talk about technology. If you are producing 1600 million ton, I can still assure you it is around 1300 to 1400 million tons are old facilities, around 200 million tons are new facilities, maybe less than that. So we have to combinedly work in this, by which your equipments need to be retrofitted, and also to run, because you also run a combination of both old and new facility, so that this aspect of environmental and energy management is not neglected. You may be doing much better in new facilities, but you may be still doing poor compared to the newer facility, compared to the compliance norms. Though we are very strict on this compliance norm at this phase, but believe me, it is very, very difficult to keep these challenges unless we have little bit of vertical innovations, and that's why the Quality Cycle Forum is so important for us today. And imagine those quality cycle being formed with the people walking that subfloor and bringing the solutions to these small solutions, small problems of the subfloor in the old facility of the industry today can play a very, very big role in towards solving these major problems of environmental energy. Another, of course, as I said, is that when you're talking about environmental energy and sustainability, we are talking about the steel technology. 95% of the iron making still remains with the blast furnace route. Though we have increased the operability efficiency of the blast furnaces, though increased the energy efficiency of the blast furnaces, but still the technology has remained more or less same. Though there are additions like in the blast furnace, so there is a CDI injections, or there is a PRT, or any other facility you have added to make the more environmental friendly and energy saving iron making. But there are technology which are like Finex and Corex are still not much commercialized. We have not gone, or a ice melt or a fast melt process still not being commercialized, and research is still being made there. And we are still not making a big dent mark or big dent in this process. So a time has come now for all of us to go together and look for a technology which can be adapted very well by the Indian steel industry, and which can go in a long way, not only protecting our environment but also saving a lot of energy for us, which is I think a big cost factor for making steel. And next factor is coming up is the competitiveness and cost. That's what we're talking about. Today's industry, when raw material is plummeting down, whether iron ore price, whether coking coal price, and in the process you'll find out the raw material suppliers in the global perspective, whether it is a coking coal or is a raw material. The industry is not that much of fragmented like steel industry. They are a very consolidated industry, and they are taking the due recognition of this. And I firmly believe the industry price, which is now falling down because of the demand-supply gap, will certainly become found, because the industry are basically quite a consolidated industry in the raw material supply. So imagine those things. It is not that you are getting this cheap raw material for quite a long time. But what has in fact resulted in this? It has also resulted in bringing down the prices of it in your net sales realization of the finished products. And what is more important today is to reduce your cost of processing or converting from one process to other process if you are selling your steel in one form or other. So what is more important today? Your competitiveness put a pressure in reducing the cost. And reducing cost is not a story that you simply tell it how it happened. It's a full-fledged exercise or culture or innovations or a technology adoptions which has to go in a very, very organized way. And that's what I again say QCFI has a strong role in making it happen a cost reduction measure in all the steel plants, in all the process industry, where there is a methodology. There is what I talk about a lot of QC tools. You talk about Six Sigma, you talk about 5S, you talk about many other QC tools available today. Can very well methodical, applied systematically and patiently, so that you can able to achieve the cost reduction, which is now very essential. Otherwise, survival will become difficult. Another big challenge I can talk about is application challenges. I think 1 year back when I was in a town hall forum in AIS chapter in the US, there was a talk going on that the aluminum industry as such is going to replace the steel in mostly automobile sectors. And in fact, some of the big automobile manufacturers started using automobiles so that they reduce the weight in terms of the weight of the car, weight of the automobile. It was a big challenge. In fact, people throughout the world have become threatened for the introduction of aluminum in making into the automobile industry. So challenge now has come now. Your application has been challenged. Not only that, you will remain as a commercial production of your volume steel. You also look for how the steel application can also be metamorphosed into a product which is less weight, which is low cost, and which is also a sustainable product throughout your journey of the automobile or throughout the life of the automobile. And there is a total debate going on there. But what is more important today to realize by all of us is the challenge. Not only this, there are also the lot of fibers are replicated and being replaced, still being replaced by fibers. But what is more important, I want to focus here is that unless otherwise you make your steel in such a cost competitive and also innovative product, so that the automobile industry, which we will believe that maybe around the industry, the statistics says around 34 million of automobiles will be produced maybe within 4 to 5 years, and out of this, 30 million will come from the developing countries, because the US and Europe are all saturated with automobile consumption. So imagine those automobiles being produced in the developing countries like ours, in China and other developing countries, and if you are not able to take this challenge where aluminum starts replacing some of the products, and other like fibers and carbon fibers started producing, then probably the major application front of steel, that is automobile, will be lost to the steel industry as a whole. So time has come now, look for a product applications and product challenges, and also application challenges in the field itself, where we all work together towards a solution, where our application of steel can go in different aspects or different heights, where every industry, whether it is infrastructure or automobiles or any strategic sectors, they will again come back and be with us for producing some of the steels which they would like. And that's what I'm talking about. Being a commodity product, now it will be a tailored product for a particular use. And that's what a big challenge for us. Of course, today when we talk about this, I always believe, which what I've discussed in the past, is essentially the safety aspect of the industry. Steel industry is the whole right from the mining to the finished goods. And also the process that you undergo gives a lot of challenges for industrial safety as a whole. Though it's becoming almost a common topic to discuss everywhere, but it has become a challenge for all the industry today. If you want to remain as a larger steel maker or a sustainable steel maker, every steel of yours, every ounce of steel of yours will be produced without any accident or zero fatality. That is one of the biggest challenge for us, because we are going for a new process and new projects. There are a lot many unsafe conditions arise. Culturally or really we need to produce, we need to prepare ourselves so that this type of aspect also being challenged. And we have a real culture developed, a real a behavioral approach which can attack big menace to the industry, that is a safety in the steel industry as a whole. And here also I believe QCFI has got a solid role to play because of the approach to the problem, because of the tools they have got in their heads. As I said, as Professor Mittal said about quality is nothing but a mindset. And the quality that we produced last time, those standards have changed. whether it is a IS standard or BS standard or DIN standard or JI standard, it is not important. Important is that you have a customer which is known to you, which buys still from you, and he still keeps buying from you, though in spite of there are many competitors, there are many products available. So how do you retain it? And the retention is basically again a question of all throughout creating an awareness for your product, whoever produces what. So this is again a question of a cultural change in our mindset that steel not remain as a commodity, is but tailor-made and tailor-made to a particular customer or your customer marketing, what do you call it, the family that you're looking for, and you want to sustain this. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to be here again with you, amongst all of you, and share some of my thoughts the steel industry as a whole is facing. In today's seminar, we'll talk about many more aspects of this, and QCFI has given a big base for all of you to deliberate and take the discussion to your subfloor again. And QCFI is another tool we always say is a communication tool for all of us, which we have practiced, myself practiced, and it is in practice till today, and we call it a communication medium for which everybody, right from soft floor to top floor, can be utilized, can be used. And that is one of the great communication tools. I am very happy that QCFI is spreading out the chapters. Bilai is now, serving Chhattisgarh MP, and I have seen in the catalog they are going to Orissa and other states to serve out their services. And I wish them all the best. I wish all the technical talks and deliberations and that is coming in this seminar all success. Thank you very much.